We're live. Yes, we are live this morning here on the Huddle. This morning, we're going to be talking about 5 tips on how you can crush your goals in 2022. 5 tips on how you can crush your goals as a content creator on YouTube. 5 tips on how you can crush your goals in life in 2022. And we're starting right now. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's time for the huddle. Praise the Lord, everyone. Welcome to the Huddle. I'm your host, Walter Strong. If you're new here and you want to broaden your reach, your impact, and income through online video, then we want to welcome you to the show. If you're watching us live on YouTube this morning, let us know in the chat where you're watching us from. If you're watching us on Facebook, Twitter, or you got a text from me to say, check me out here on YouTube, let me know in the chat where you're watching me from. This morning, we want to say Happy New Year's to you. It's a new year. It's 2022. It's time to get busy. It's time to take it to another level. And that's what we come to do here as a content creator here on the Huddle this morning. And so let's get the screen set up so we can be able to put our tips up so we can be able to get in the classroom. Let's get it going here. Come on here. Here we go. Here we go. Boom. Let's get this shared so we can get rolling. And okay, there we go. We got that selected. And we got, give me a sec here. Give me a sec. As you're checking in this morning, let me know in the chat where you're watching me from. Boom, there we go. If you're watching me and you can see this presentation this morning, let me know if you can see it. If I can get this little thing out the way from StreamYard. Boom, there we go. I think, okay, we're all set. Yes, there we go. We're going to be talking about 5 tips this morning on how you can crush your goals in 2022. Specifically, if you are a content creator on YouTube and you're creating content to be able to add value to people's lives, we want to talk about some goals on how you can crush them. You know, we set goals in life sometimes. We even go so far as writing them down and we get out the gate with them, but sometimes things happen, life happens, and we don't get to the finish line with those goals. And as a result, we stop midway. We get stuck in the halfway point. Hey, I'm guilty of it myself. And so I'm preaching, not only preaching to you, if this is going to be church this morning, but I'm preaching to myself. And so I said, hey, we got to get out the gate right, and we got to get out the gate strong, and we're not going to get stuck in the halfway point, but we're going to crush our goals in 2022. So, hey, let me click on this, and let's get into our first goal that we want to talk about. Perfect. There we go. Tip number 1, you got to evaluate and reflect on last year. What did you accomplish in 2021 as a goal? Reflect on, the small wins that you celebrated. For you to crush your goals in 2022, you got to start, I believe, and evaluate and see what worked in 2021. One of the biggest one big highlight that the Huddle had, there were many highlights, was when we pivoted on the show and we said, hey, we're going to niche down and we're going to be a type of live stream show that's going to interview other content creators that are on YouTube. especially when they can help us broaden our reach, our impact, and our income. Now, the challenge at the time was, hey, you're a small channel, Walter, to be able to reach out to some of these established big YouTubers. You may be dreaming big, you may be reaching to the stars, but you got to be practical. But as we kept on working and building in what we had here on the huddle, bringing on people that's going to help you find your passion, your purpose in life, and help you broaden your reach, your impact, and income through online video. We made a connection with Benji Travis from Video Influencers, who was the co-author, along with Sean Cannell with YouTube Secrets, and he said yes, he was coming on to the show, and that was like the shift, the change point for us to be able to have him on. And not only did we have Benji on, but we had Dale Roberts with self-publishing, with Dale Roberts and publishing books through Amazon and Kindle. We had Dan Courier and Jeff Barch, Paul Andre de Vera, which is probably one of the most watched, viewed live stream shows that we did on, how to up your game in keyword research on YouTube, and it's still getting views. And so it's about evaluating and reflecting on what worked last year. And I believe not only evaluating your successes, but evaluating what did not work. Evaluate what you were excited about and you thought that was going to work, but then it didn't work. Use that as an opportunity for growth and say, okay, how could I have did this different? How could I have put more preparation in preparing to go forth and to launch this venture, or get engaged with this project? Sometimes things don't work out because maybe we were so passionate and excited about doing something, but the timing was wrong. Or maybe we didn't do enough research and we didn't have enough resources for it to be successful. So to be able to crush your goals in 2022 on YouTube as a content creator and as in life, you got to evaluate what worked and evaluate what did not work, and see what did not work as an opportunity for growth. Tip number 2, you got to be able to set your goals for this year. You got to set your goals for this year and be able to set them in such a way that maybe the goals that you didn't accomplish in 2021, you're going to make sure you accomplish these goals in 2022. One of the things that we always share with our community here on the huddle is, many are the plans in a person's heart, but is the Lord's purpose that will prevail in your life. For you to crush your goals in 2022, I truly and firmly believe you got to find your passion that God has given you, and you got to let God's purpose prevail in your life. And if you do those two things, you're going to be able to begin to see yourself crushing your goals in 2022. Hey, if you're watching me on YouTube, if you've just joined me, we're talking about 5 tips on how you can crush your goals as a content creator on YouTube. 5 tips on how you can crush your goals in life. So let us know in the chat where you're watching us from. If you're watching us on Facebook, drop us a comment section. Let us know that you're watching us on Facebook by giving us a hashtag value. Give us a hashtag set your goals. Give us a hashtag set your goals in the comment section. And setting your goals is about writing them down where you can be able to look at them each day. And sometimes I start out the gate myself, and I write my goals down, and I'm watching them, for reading them, and keeping them before me for a while. But then I get into the business of life, and the affairs of life, and as a result, then I don't read them and keep them before me as I should. But there is a movie called Any Given Sunday with Al Pacino, Jamie Foxx, LL Cool J, and some others that were in it, Dennis McQuaid. And there's a scene in the movie where the team is at halftime and they're just getting beat down by the opponent, and they're just beat down emotionally and mentally. And Al Pacino begins to say to the team, hey, look, we are in hell right now. But he basically tells them that the key to victory is to understand that sometimes the key to victory is 6 inches in front of you. You have to be willing to look at it. You got to be willing to keep it before you. You got to be able to turn to the next person who may be 6 inches in front of you and say, are you willing to go ahead and to go after this with everything you got and throw everything into it? And ultimately, I highly recommend, if you go on YouTube, type in Any Given Sunday, Al Pacino 6 inches, and he's talking about sometimes it's 6 inches in front of you, and that's what our goals are like. We got to write our goals down and keep them before us, just like we keep the word of God before you. If you are a believer in Christ, you got to keep those goals before you. Want to give out a shout out to the man who we was just talking about a few minutes ago, Mr. Paul Andre Devara. Keeping those goals in front of you for you to be able to crush them in 2022. Some of the goals that I've set and written down, and when I talk about writing them down, I'm taking it to the next level. Putting my goals next to my office desk, where as soon as I cut the computer on, I got some Post-it notes and I can see those goals that I've written out. Putting those goals right by my bed. So right before I go to bed and I say my prayers, I look at those goals. Putting those goals maybe on your dashboard of your car, and while you're stuck in traffic and you're waiting for traffic to move, you can just glance over and kind of look at some of the goals that you're going after if you want to crush your goals in 2022 as a content creator. Last year, some of the goals that I set was, I want to get 1,000 subscribers and I want to get 4,000 views. I want to grow my channel, and I really took a look at some things, and I said, this year I'm going to approach this different. If I'm going to get 1,000 subscribers, and if I'm going to get 4,000 views, then I got to really learn how to be able to rank in search. I got to learn how to really better understand my analytics, because when you learn to rank in search, if you learn how to be able to make videos, how-to videos that people are searching for, and if you're making a quality thumbnail that people will click on, you're going to get the views. If you are in your analytics and you're looking at your top 10 best videos, your top 10 best live streams, or if you're a person who's into shorts and you see what's performing, then you can be able to see what's working. Want to give a shout out to the man, Mr. Steve Worthy. Gentlemen, normally I put you up on the screen, but because I'm in the zone this morning, as I got ready to go live, I put on some Usher with More when they were showing some Kobe Bryant highlights. So I'm in the zone this morning. So forgive me if the comments don't pop in the screen. So I'll just shout you out as you pop on. Again, if you're watching us on YouTube, let us know where you're watching this in the chat. We're talking about 5 tips on how you can crush your goals in 2022. Tip number 3, got to create an action plan. You set, and I'm guilty of this myself. And how many in the chat, those of you who are watching may be guilty of this. You set your goals. You write your goals down. And I'm talking about SMART goals, specific, measurable, they're obtainable, they're realistic, and then they're time bound. I'm talking about SMART goals now. I'm not talking about, wishy goals. I'm talking about SMART goals. But then when it comes time to write the action plan, we don't do the action plan, please. And so we're keeping the goals in front of us, like Al Pacino said, 6 inches in front of you. Life sometimes is like 6 inches in front of you, but you don't put an action to it. Okay, so if the goal is to rank in search and to be able to be better, and since I got Paul Andre Devara, my man, in the chat, And if you want to learn how to rank and search, if you want to be able to be able to take your content and be able to get more traffic from an SEO standpoint, let me know in the chat. Reach out to my man Paul Andre De Vera. He's the go-to man. He's the coach. You know, people hire defensive coaches for team. I'm gonna use the sports analogy for football or basketball. Sometimes people hire a Mike D'Antoni if you want offensive, which he never wins a championship, but I digress. But if you want an SEO coach, person who's going to help you rank and search, that's the man in the chat, and you want to communicate with him. That's the coach there. If you're looking to rank and search, and so me and him are definitely going to be doing some more collaborations, and I'm definitely going to have to bring him on as a coach, because when we did our collaboration together on keyword research, it's the best live stream show that's worked. So he's got the proof in the pudding. Just go to on our channel, how to get top tips for keyword research, and then we did a collaboration with Lewis Rollins and Miss Mikhail Milburn, myself and Paul. That did well, and so he's the man. So, but it's about an action plan. So my action plan to be able to get more subscribers, get more views, get into my analytics, to be able to learn how to better just become a better student of YouTube. I've gotten to that point where I'm confident on camera. I've gotten to that point where I'm confident in the content I want to share, but now it's a matter of just being able to get and become a student of the game. Hey, if you're getting great value out of this discussion this morning on 5 tips on how you can crush your goals on YouTube, do me a favor, smash the like button by clicking the thumbs up, share this content, this live stream on your favorite social media channel that you connect with other people, whether it's LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Share. When you share it, YouTube sees that, and then they pump it out more to other people. And then also, if you haven't had an opportunity to subscribe to the channel, we want to encourage you to subscribe to the channel. Let us know in the chat where you're watching us from. If you're just joining, we're talking about 5 tips on how you can crush your goals on YouTube. The next tip, number 4, you got to set some learning goals and develop new skills. As I reflect on tip number 1, evaluating and reflecting on what worked, I look at some of the skills that I developed over last year and the year before, learning how to be able to get into graphic designing and make my thumbnails. If you'd have told me 5-10 years ago that is something that I would be doing or know how to do, I would have told you no, because I would have found that intimidating. I always had a desire to want to do things like graphic designing and being able to get confident on camera and make YouTube videos, and being able to collaborate with other content creators and to be able to put together live stream shows. Those things were very intimidating for me. I would always be the one watching others doing it, but not, having, as my man Steve Worthy says, the imposter syndrome. Got to check out Worthy Retail Leadership. He has an episode called How to Overcome Imposter Syndrome that's stopping you from crushing your goals and developing your learning skills that you need to do. But so in 2022, we're going to be developing new skills. We've trying to maybe connect with, and I'm in the business of looking for some editors to help me with editing my video. But in the process of trying to find an editor, I've taken the challenge and set the goal that say this is going to be a learning goal for me to be able to learn how to start doing my own editing. So if I can't find a quality good editor, then I can learn how to edit myself. And again, being able to get more proficient in graphic designing, that if people who start on YouTube and they need help with creating better quality thumbnails, that's going to get them to click on their videos, That's going to be a skill that I'm going to develop. What are the new skills in 2022 that you're looking to develop? What is one new skill that you got to develop? Whether if it's a podcaster, as a live streamer, as a content creator, drop it in the chat. Let us know what's the new skill you have to develop to be able to crush your goals in 2022. Again, if you're getting great value out of this discussion, we're talking about 5 tips on how to crush your goals in life, in content creation as a YouTuber. Hey, smash the like button for us and share it on your favorite social media. Tip number 5: dream big. Dream big, dream big, dream big. However, start practical. I'll let that breathe for a minute. As my good man, the CEO Raymond Bennett always says, he says on his post, let it marinate. For those of you who are into cooking, dream big, but start practical. Because if you're dreaming big that you want to get a silver play button from YouTube by having 100,000 subscribers, but you haven't even crossed and gotten 10,000, I think the danger is by dreaming so big, and if you're not being practical about this journey of YouTube, because it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. There are learning curves to this thing that we're learning together here on the Huddle community, and so it keeps you from being burnt out. By you being practical, it's going to keep you to be able to pace yourself. It's going to keep you from getting caught in that cycle of frustration and not having clarity about what your channel is about. So I want you to dream big, but I want you to be practical about this. And if we do these things, these 5 tips, evaluate and reflect. If we do these things by setting our goals, if we do these things by developing new skills and setting some learning goals, if we do these things, I probably have to go back and find out what was the other tip that we wrote there. Let me go back. That's 4 learning skills, getting value. Oh yeah, okay. Action plan. If we do these things, these 5 tips, it's going to put us in the position to crush our goals. It's going to put us in a position to not only crush our goals, but see the growth that you want as a content creator. And so the question of the day that I have for you, those of you who are watching in the chat right now, those of you who will watch the replay, and please forgive me for not shouting you guys out throughout the show, but if you've watched us this long, and those of you who will watch the replay, give us a hashtag replay. And the question of the day is, what is one of your goals that you have to set for yourself this year that you're going to crush in 2022? Let us know in the chat. Let us know in the comments section. And hey, you have our full support here on the Huddle to help you crush your goals in 2022. And so we are excited this morning for more opportunities for the new level that we're going to. We're going to another level. We're leveling up in 2022, and so we are excited. And so this first episode of the Huddle, I pray that you have truly gotten something out of it. Again, let us know in the chat what is one of the goals that you need to set and to crush in 2022. And so we're going to go ahead and get out of here and let you enjoy the rest of your New Year's Day on 2022. Again, if you haven't subscribed to this channel and you want to broaden your reach, your impact, and income through online video, we want to encourage you to subscribe. We want you to click the alert bell notification button so you can be alerted when we go live or a new video is uploaded, so you will be alerted to watch, and it will add value to your life. So again, this morning, we've shared with you 5 tips on how you can crush your goals in 2022. And that's what we're going to help you do. And that's what I'm going to do. So we will see you next Saturday here on the Huddle.